Hey guys, so I just got done watching the Munsters. I really hope you fuckers are happy. Just gonna say, I really hope you fuckers are happy. And I hope I get good views on this fucking thing. Just to say that right now. So, yeah, going into this fucking thing, I was warned. I was warned. Like I was warned with Jeepers Creepers were warned. Like I was warned with a lot of different shit. I grew up. As far as my feeling on like the Munsters, as far as the TV show goes, I watched it when I was younger. Obviously, it's way before my time. I was born in '88. Way before my time. But I was a fan. Like what the stuff I'd seen of it, I always was a fan of it. I love Fred Gwynn. He was like a fucking all time comedic icon, in my opinion. He's goddamn. He was gold. He was fucking gold. He always his facial expressions and just he was just fucking great. Um, and I remember when I heard of this being made, I was like, they're like, yeah, don't have you heard Rob Zombie's making a Munsters movie? I went, what? I was like, Rob Zombie, the guy who made House of a Thousand Corpses, the recent Halloween remakes, and like Devil's Rejects, is making a Munsters remake. What? It's like so it's gonna be like a. It's like I can't wait to fucking watch the monsters be fucking redneck hillbillies and say fuck a lot. And they're like, oh no. Rob's always like, no. It's gonna be PG. It's gonna be a kid friendly. Okay, that makes me even more intrigued that Rob Zombie is making a kids movie. Rob Zombie is making a kids movie. I mean, there was Eli Roth a few years ago made House of a Clock on the Walls. That was fucking bizarre, but actually was probably one of his better movies. But give him that. Um, and then that trailer popped up, and like everyone, when I saw that trailer, I went, "Oh no!" I was like, "Oh no!" I I pretty much I can't um I can't like express like how bad that trailer was. Other than a lot of comments I saw were saying like, "Oh, they literally thought people thought it was like this isn't the real trailer. There's no way this is the real trailer." And then you find out, yeah, this is the real trailer. This is how they're promoting this. I'm like, oh fuck. And like I thought this was being a theatrical release. So like, good God, this could not be like. Luckily, I heard, oh, like no, it's gonna be on Netflix. I'm like, okay, fuck. It's like that was if that was gonna be a theatrical release. Holy shit. And I been avoiding seeing this, and I was like, and I was like, and like I said, I didn't, I'm not the biggest avid fan of the Munsters, so I don't know a whole shitload of the lore of the Munsters or the TV show, but I know enough, and I was like, everything about it just looked bad. I'd heard that from numerous people it is as bad as it looks. And I'm like, all right, so let's. I was like, eventually I have to get through this. It's like me with Hocus Pocus too, but I have to eventually get through that one too. I'm like, this. I'm gonna have to give. It's like maybe it won't be as bad. Maybe it won't be as bad. You know, this past month has been fucking terrible in fucking movies I watched. Between this or between Unfavorable Odds, uh, Favorable Odds, Jeepers Creepers were born. Amsterdam was boring, but not even nothing compared to those two. But then I saw this. This is up there. This movie's fucking horrible. It is god fucking awful. I have never been so miserable at home watching a movie at home than I have been watching this. This was painfully just unfunny, just the longest fucking. I'll say this: there are a couple things I can name positives about. I actually can find a couple positives, things that I did like. Richard Brake, who I don't know if like he owes Rob Zombie money. And he has to be in every one of his fucking movies, but he's so fucking talented that he deserves better roles than this shit. Being in Rob Zombie movies because he's a fucking great actor. Every goddamn time I see him in a movie, he's fucking great. Richard Brake was in Barbarian earlier in the last month, and he was a very short stint cameo in that. He was fucking great in that. He's great in the scenes he's in. He's the guy. He's the mad scientist who is basically Victor Frankenstein, who creates Herman Munster, and his assistant, who's that fat guy from Lost, go at the beginning of the movie go to rob the grave of a very intelligent person and steal his brain for this monster, but instead they actually steal the brain from his brother, who's a dumb comedian. So that's how you get Herman Munster. And he is overacting and camping it up like, to no end. And he is a lot of fun in the scenes he's in it. I was like, you know what, Richard Brake, if his movie had more of him in it, maybe I would be giving this a little bit of a pass. A little bit of a pass. He also plays Orlok, basically making fun of Nosferatu, and it's not as good. And I thought his jokes, especially the fucking jokes, were really bad. I give him credit; they put him in some pretty decent makeup. I couldn't tell that was him. So I mean, I give him credit. Then I found out later that was him. I was like, huh, shit. The guy who played Herman, at first, I was like, okay. When he first pops up in the movie, I was like, okay, he's trying his best to pay tribute to Frank Wynn, and he's doing a decent job, but then he kept going and going, and then I was like, okay, fuck this dude. Like, yeah, at first, he was good at first. I'll say it, at first, and also probably the only other fucking thing that was positive was at the end of the movie they played the opening, a version of the opening of the Munsters TV show with the theme, and that's the only time it pops up, and I'm like, that made me smile. But other than that, that's all I have to say is positive about this fucking movie. Jesus Christ, was this not funny? This was the most unfunny, painful movie I've had to sit through in fucking ages. Like, it's really bad when a comedy, there's no worse comedies out there when it's not funny, and this is one of the worst. Like, the jokes just go flat as fucking, or they're just flat as hell, and they just keep going and going and going, and it doesn't fucking end. This movie is nearly 2 fucking hours. An hour and 50 fucking minutes this movie is. I mean this nicely. I hope people I hope you motherfuckers are happy I sat for this fucking movie. This fucking piece of shit. This movie just kept going and going. And it just, like I said, it's even worse when it's not fucking funny. It's not, I just sat there stone cold. I haven't been this stone cold silent watching a comedy since probably Dumb and Dumber 2. I hate that movie more because that, at least, I have a really big love for the original source material. I like the source material, original source material of this, but not as much as I love Dumb and Dumber. I was more pissed off for that one, but this fucking, god damn it. It's like, basically, it's a bunch of episodes of the TV show strung together into a 2-hour movie. There's no plot. It just keeps going and going and going. Like, at first, they create Herman Munster. And then you also see Lily with Grandpa Munster, living with Grandpa Munster, and she wants to find the love of her life. And she ends up seeing Herman. They meet. They fall in love. Also, at the same time, there's a subplot with the brother of Lily wanting to sell the castle of Grandpa Munster to his ex-wife. Okay. And then at the same time, Herman Munster gets married to Lily Munster, And then in the last fucking 20 minutes, they move to California. And that becomes the last 20 fucking minutes. And it just ends. That's the fucking movie. There's no plot. It looks. Oh, yeah. By the way, if you thought the trailer, the stuff in the trailer looked fucking cheap and really bad, it looks even worse on TV when you see it for the first time. I heard people say, "Oh, it's not as cheap. It doesn't look as cheap as it did in the trailer." No, it did. It fucking looked even worse. Dude, like, could they even fucking try? Like, was there even trying to like make? I mean, I guess you could say, "Oh well, the original show looked cheap." Dude, this is a feature-length fucking movie. There's no fucking excuse. This is not the 60s. This looks cheap. It looks awful. I guarantee you, I bet you the effects and makeup look better in this fucking movie, or in the TV show than this fucking movie did. Listen, even Sherry Moon Zombie, I could not fucking stand her. Like, why does she gotta be in every one of his I know why, because that's that's Rob Zombie's wife. She has to be in every one of his fucking movies. I was a fan of hers at first. Now she's just get off my fucking TV, annoying. And she was bad in this too. God, she stood out for being really bad. God, I did not like this fucking movie. It was one of the most miserable fucking movies I've sat through in a long goddamn time. Damn it! It's frustrating for me because I want to like Rob Zombie. Let me reiterate: I like Rob Zombie as a musician. I've seen him in concert. He's really good in concert, and I know he has this love for horror movies. He has a passion for horror movies. I know that, and it's what makes me really frustrated when I watch his movies because they suck. Almost every single one of his movies suck. Except for Devil's Rejects. That's the only one he's made that was really good. This might be the worst one of his. Honestly, this seriously might be his worst movie. I'd rather watch the Halloween movies. That's saying something. Than watch this ever again. Fuck, what is it? Yeah, that was definitely, I would consider. I didn't see, Lords of Salem. I didn't see 31. I wish I liked Rob Zombie more than I did. But man, his heart is in the right place, but he just is not a good fucking filmmaker. He's just not. He's not. And it's frustrating. Like I said, just keep making music because you're a really goddamn good musician, Rob Zombie. I mean that wholeheartedly. You're not good as a filmmaker. He's not. Fuck. Alright. I guarantee you this. I will say this right now. I will make this bet. As much as I'm not looking forward to Hocus Pocus, I guarantee you Hocus Pocus 2 will be 100 times better than this. 100 times better than this. It still has Bette Midler on it. So fuck it. It'll be better than this. I guarantee it. Yeah. I bet you this movie will be the Hocus Pocus 2's best friend. I guarantee it. I guarantee this is going to be the worst thing I've seen of the month of October. Thank God I got this over with. I guarantee this has to be the worst one I've seen. Other than Jeepers Creepers Reborn was worse than this. Because I had to sit in a theater. If I had to sit in a theater for this, then yeah, I probably would rank this right up there for Jeepers Creepers Reborn. Jeepers Creepers Reborn is worse because people had to pay $14 for that fucking shit. So yeah, fuck this movie. Don't even watch it. Don't even fucking out of curiosity. So out of the reviews for horror movies for the month of October, the next one I got planned is Crimes of the Future, a David Cronenberg movie. I guarantee you that will be better than this. Fuck yes, it will. It's Cronenberg. It's the only time I've ever gotten a review of a Cronenberg movie, so I'm excited. So yeah, that's what I got planned next. And until then, I'll talk to you guys later.